We're gonna start with the Divine Masculine side of the reading. Emperor. One does not simply become an emperor and victorious and has a new beginning without going through losses and their life becoming upside down and without discovering themselves, without losing things, without going blind. Not all what's good for you if you've never lost something that you liked, if you've never lost an opportunity. Maybe that wasn't meant for your highest good, but we all sometimes just don't see stuff. And once we are aware of that, we're able to, again, hermit, attract in something that's better than the cup, the opportunity we lost, something that will fulfill us soulfully, and we are able to take a new step towards it to become the star. 144. The star, it's what connects the emperor and the empress, because they're both the stars of their own reality. They both have their things together. They don't need to use one another. They both know conflict, because one doesn't become an empress without knowing conflict, without being in the darkness, and without doing shadow work, without going through a rebirth, a death and a rebirth, without coming to love within themselves. Because loving, it's just more than romantic and intimacy. It's loving life itself. It's loving people around you. It's forgiveness. And you don't just become an empress by just being obsessed with one person and wanting them, because you become an empress by knowing your self-worth and how to lead your own self. Therefore, you'll be able to lead your own life. Therefore, you'll be able to attract someone into your reality that is capable of doing the same. As an empress, you know when to walk away from what doesn't serve you, and that has to be done with sharp mind and strong will, because one does not simply become an emperor or an empress that was built with an easy life. Because Hierophant and High Priestess, they require you to journey through the cycles of life before becoming into your spirituality and your spiritual power that's within you. Then it will manifest outside of you. You need to come to your strong will, your power, your faith that's deep within your soul, within your heart, before it becomes into your reality. Because the bridge between heaven and earth is built between you, your life, your heaven and earth. It's pretty much the bridge that you have within you that reflects outside of you. So what is here will be outside of you sooner or later. It doesn't matter. Both people have climbed the tree of life, their tree of life. There's through struggle, through breaking branches. They have climbed. They have lost cups. They have provided for themselves. They've seen hardships. They've seen good times. They walked alone with source, with faith, with knowing that the only people that they have beside them cannot be seen with two physical eyes, but only can be seen with their third eye. They've walked and swam to their own redemption. You don't get redeemed and redemption by sticking or staying in a muddy water. You need to learn to swim. Doesn't matter how dirty the water or how muddy it is. If you can swim in it, you need to learn to walk in it, to calmer, to cleaner waters, to redeem yourself, to take back your power, to take back your heart, your soul, your energy. And you can do that by not deceiving yourself. Deception, it barely comes from the outside voices. If someone tells you something and if you believe it, they didn't deceive you. You deceived yourself by believing. Because they reflected, they held a mirror that you believe something that is not true within you. And instead of changing that belief that's within you, you got deceived by believing the person in front of you. And that's how you give your magic away. And you are being guided to hold on to your magic. Because you're the source of your energy. You are the source of your being. Once you become the source of your own being, that's how you can. You become the source of your own healing. That's how you can connect to the source. And why am I laughing? Because I didn't realize this. Yeah, this is the back of the deck. And somehow this card wanted to show up. So yes, you have a lover that is going through the same experience. Your guys are having a mirrored experience in parallel directions. Tired. Okay, with all these planetary alignments, with all this spiritual upgrades. So I'm going through my own initiations, and thanks to that, my mind, my mental, it's all mixed up. So I'm actually very healthy physically. I don't have nothing wrong with me, and no one has an explanation on why. I have my runny nose, itchy throat, because it's not even a cold. It's not a flu. No one knows why. So that means it's a spiritual reason. When you're healthy physically and no one can tell why you're going through something. Teacher. You both have become the students of life in order to be and guide and teach others on how to do something. In order to become a leader, you need to be able to teach in order to be a leader, because that is part of your purpose, your beings. You need to detach. Perfectionism, that's what's coming through. You need to detach with trying to be perfect, trying to make everything look the way it's supposed to look. So the example that's coming through is the way, like when you see someone dressed up hippie and they're like filled with crystals, so you're like, oh my god, they're spiritual. Because many people that look at me, they wouldn't tell that I'm spiritual until I open my mouth and have a conversation with them, and then they're like, oh, and that the very person ends up being a spiritual person too, but they don't look like it too. So that's my whole point. You don't need to look like something in order to be good at it, because you don't need to prove it to people. You're just good at it because that's who you are, and there is no need to be a proof of it. So whoever wishes to believe you, they believe you, and who you're not meant to will just walk by. You are a conduit for God, for the spiritual realm. You will be attracting in the right community as long as you're authentic and you are one with your true self and you act what you preach. Your new reality is weaving, and your realities will weave into each other so seemingly that it will be perfect as a spider's web. And that's the kind of love or true love should look like. It shouldn't be forced, just like the spider's web. You should just intertwine with each other without force, without needing to fix anything, but it's just initiations. So there is an initiation happening for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And what's at the other side of this initiation? It's joy. I cannot speak, that's how tired I am, but at the same time I'm being guided to share this message, because in these cards I was pulling them off of the camera for fun, and then I was told to share it. So this initiation is not only going to bring joy, but it's going to bring you inner peace, because joy and inner peace are intertwined. Inner peace is actually intertwined with all of our emotions. You can be peaceful while being sad, while mourning, while going the hardest times of your life. You can still have that peace, because you know that it is temporary. No emotion is permanent. And that's the beauty of this reality and of being a human being. You're just being a human. You are not a human. You're just a being. You are a soul that came to experience all that beauty. And this little baby that I've never seen in this card is sticking through. So yeah, there's a new beginning with someone. Love, and wealth. These two cards fell off at the same time. Wealth is not what many people define as material gains. You can be wealthy in being peace. You can be wealthy in loving. And as you see the blood, that just represents that no love is perfect. Even if it's a divine connection, twin soul, twin flame, the highest form of soulmates, whatever it is, the highest connection, there's still gonna be some moments of not agreement. Because if you like, as I say, if you love a rose, you have to stand its thorns, and you have to know that it's gonna poke you here and there. So if you want to be wealthy in something, choose to be wealthy in love, and choose to be wealthy in trust, in trusting that something, a higher power than yourself, and trusting that whatever is meant for you will come to you in divine timing, because it is protected by the divine itself, or himself, and it's protected by the angel realm, and it's infinitely yours as long as you are willing to walk towards that path. That's all I have. Love and light.